Hello to Jonathan Kane from Journey. Welcome to rocknrollradio.it. It's been a long time. Italian fans have to wait for see you live, and also European fans have you seen you just few times. Why?
To start in the UK because we have a fan club there.
Yeah.
So UK fans organized.
Yeah.
Wanted Journey.
Yeah, I know.
They communicate through the internet, and it became very strong for Journey in the UK. So we built up. 10 years later, now we're starting to branch off into Germany and Sweden, Norway,
Holland,
yes, Amsterdam.
I saw you,
And so finally Italy, and so I don't know if we have an Italian fan club, but maybe the fans listening, they can organize if they want to see Journey again, and it will help our cause for the future.
So let's talk about the album, the last album, Eclipse. I read in many reviews that you defined the album a kind of concept album.
Yes.
Tell us something about it.
Well, the concept is one of the tantric meaning of life, which is one universal energy source. It is God, and in how your thoughts get in the way of finding peace and perfection in your life. Too many thoughts is not good. So the basic concept of the album is let go of all these crazy thoughts in your head and find the peace and find the energy and find the tantra, which is the flowing of energy from the universe to man to nature. And they believe it's found through meditation, through yoga, even through having sex. It's a
cool way.
It's a great energy. It's the one true energy of life. So reach out for that. That's our message.
Tell us something about the songwriting process of the new album Eclipse and the Arnel Pineda role.
Well, Arnel was working on his charity when we started the writing process. Neil and I started. So he was on the road making money for his homeless, for the hungry children of Manila.
Yeah.
So he was very busy doing that little tour, and Neil and I just started the writing. But we wrote most of the record, and then he came in probably 2 weeks before we recorded, and we wrote 2 songs with him. They went very well. It was She's a Mystery on the album, and also To Whom It May Concern was a song that he brought, and we added our finishing touches to it. So he's finding out what it takes to be a songwriter of Journey, and so it's coming. It's getting better and better. It's very difficult to just jump in the process.
For sure,
But he inspired this album very much when we went to Manila to record the DVD. Neil and I wrote City of Hope in a hotel room together, So I was inspired with the lyric, and Neil had some great music, and that's where the album began. So, he has inspired us to be adventurous, and, his personality, I write a lot of his personality into this music. He's a very, he's a deep soul. He believes in, peace on earth and, love to his fellow man. So he's the real deal when it comes to being a humanitarian. So this album is very, steeped in that sort of way. So he has been a good source of inspiration for Neil and I. Yeah.
Which is your approach to the net? Are you a user?
I do. I use it. I share certain things, but I like my privacy too. So I'm not a big Facebook guy, or I don't do that. I think it's probably good. It's a good resource, for research and for looking for things. I think you have to guard your privacy. That's my only thing with it. I think it's great for information, and I use it when I'm looking for music, or if someone wrote a song, I want to make sure I don't write the same song, so I look it up, and it's like, oh, good, I'm okay, So and Arnel we found, just by accident. We were looking for different, male singers, and Neil found him, and he called him up, contacted him, and he first didn't believe that it was Neil Schon calling, so no, I'm really Neil.
He thought it was a joke.
He thought it was a joke. Yeah. So it took maybe 6 weeks for Arnel to get his visa together to come. So it was tricky, Okay. And then even in Manila, when he had to go get his visa stamped, the guy said, "You're going to be in Journey, sing Wheel in the Sky." So Arnel, he just went into Wheel in the in the embassy. He's singing in the embassy, and the guy heard him sing, and he stamped his visa and said, "Okay, go be Journey now." So, and when Arnel came, he was a little out of sorts. The time difference was very difficult for him to sleep, and I went, "Oh my God, what's going to happen?" So It took 3 days for him to,
because his life changes in every single thing.
And he was, singing in this club, the Hard Rock Screaming, all this stuff, and his voice was a little tired,
Yeah.
So we gave him some time, and then by the end of the week, I could tell he was going to be just fine, But there was a lot of work to do. He had a lot of changing and adjusting and learning, to be the lead singer of Journey. So it wasn't an overnight process, but he, was immediately, we taped, the Las Vegas thing, and then we went to Chile and we did the Viña del Mar Festival for 25 million people to see,
I saw the video on the
He had
YouTube.
a lot of pressure,
Yeah.
But now I think he's accepted the whole idea.
What about the show? How many new
maybe
songs?
Two. I think there's on this set. I don't know. Maybe 2 or 3. I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're leaning on Escape because we feel it was our biggest album here. So there's a lot of stuff from Escape in this show.
Yeah.
And Dean's singing a little bit, and it's pretty cool. It's going to be a nice mix of rock from Journey.
I got a special story with Don't Stop Believing. I know that Don't Stop Believing is from you, is something with your father.
Yes. Well, it was just Father's Day. My father, when I was in LA, I was trying to make it before the babies. My record deal expired. They didn't want to sign me again, and I was out of a job. I didn't want to go back to clubs, so I was kind of out of work. I didn't have any money, and I was trying to pay my rent, and if I got a day job selling stereos, and I got very depressed. It was a hard time for me, about in my late 20s. And my father was in Chicago, and I would call him and say, "Oh, I need some money. I don't know. I'm going to pay my rent now, And I said, maybe I should come home, and come back home. I don't know if I could do this anymore. And he said, "Oh, you have to stay there. Something great's going to happen. Something very great, special, will happen for you." I'm like, "Don't stop believing."
Yeah.
Remember what we had a vision for you, I'm like, okay. So, he used to also tell me, "Stick to your guns, John. Don't stop believing." So I was in the Babies. One of the reasons I got the Babies job was the song I wrote called "Stick to Your Guns," which was my dad talking to me on the phone.
Yeah.
And the other thing was "Don't Stop Believing." I had written that down because I thought it was cool. And when I joined Journey, I had a chorus of "Don't Stop Believing, hold on to that feeling," all that, And I said, "What do I do with this, guys?" And then, so they trusted, my idea to be good, and I trusted them to help me finish it. And we finished it together, and the rest is history.
I tell you my special story with Don't Stop Believing. I work in a rock radio station for 18 years, and then the owner, the editors didn't like rock music, and they changed it into a commercial radio. And my last word on the microphone was, "I thank you all the people. I hate who's finishing this beautiful thing, but I believe in a better world. I believe in rock and roll, so don't stop believing." And then I played "Don't Stop Believing."
Nice.
Was the last song of the radio, and
Nice.
it was so special for me.
That's awesome.